Hey everybody, and welcome back to another one of Mudflap's movie reviews. My name is Mudflap, and today I will be reviewing the first episode of the Disney Plus show Miss Marvel. Let's get started. So this first episode is directed by Adil and Bilal, and it stars Iman Vellani, Aramis Knight, Fawad Khan, Matt Lintz, and Yasmin Fletcher. So we open the show where we see Kamala Khan, who is the main character of this show, doing some video work on the Avengers, and most importantly, Captain Marvel, who is the Avenger that she is most obsessed with. And we see that, she doesn't really care about her schooling and her future and her religion so much as the Avengers and going to a Comic-Con that's going on, where she can dress up as Captain Marvel and with hopes of winning the cosplay award. As we see throughout this episode, her parents are very against it. Her teachers notice that she's always in Fantasyland and she can't seem to focus, that she's kind of in this point of her life where she doesn't really want to be pressured in anything. She just wants to live in her Fantasyland and, immerse herself in Captain Marvel and maybe become the next Captain Marvel. It's not really clear why she's so obsessed with her, but it's clear that she's always just had an obsession with things cosmic and fantasy and otherworld and not reality, which is definitely not what her parents want her to do. Her parents are actually very concerned for her that she is going to end up disappointing herself and hurting herself. Most importantly, ruining her future, any chance of going to college in a couple years. And her religion, she's Muslim. Like, the household is a very strict Muslim religion. They're very family oriented and very focused on, you gotta do this, this, and this. There's really no extracurricular activities outside that you can really do unless it's associated with, their religion. So they're, of course, not surprising that Kamala's parents be very against, Avengers, Comic-Con, mainly for a couple reasons. One, the mother thinks all the girls there are gonna dress in, revealing outfits, and then, there's the factor of strange people that are going to be there, and then boys, of course. Kamala is 16, so she's definitely in that range where boys are going to start to notice her a little more, and of course her parents are just trying to be protective and care for her. And Kamala doesn't want to be seen as rebellious by her parents, but in her parents' eyes she's very rebellious and actually very disappointing right now. As we see throughout this first episode, it's a delicate balance. She wants to be free to enjoy the stuff she likes, but at the same time she doesn't want to disappoint her parents. But it's definitely a struggle right now. But she's got a good friend named Bruno who is just really helping her out, giving her confidence and encouragement. He's a genius. He makes a lot of really cool technology. And he was the one who encouraged her to approach her parents and ask them about going to AvengerCon, and he would go along with her because he knows how much she loves the Avengers and Captain Marvel, and he just wants to be a good friend for her. So I'm really liking the friendship between Kamala and Bruno right now. I think it's just a really beautiful friendship, and I'm looking forward to seeing more of it bloom and how the friendship progresses from here on out. This episode is 50 minutes long, which is I didn't expect it to be this long, so I'm just really excited by the length. It's only a 6-episode series, which it seems like a lot of Disney Plus shows are only about 6 episodes, but the 50 minutes definitely makes up for, the lack of episodes that are there. And there is a tiny, tiny post-credits scene at the end, so if you haven't watched Miss Marvel yet, make sure you watch the entire episode all the way through the credits. A couple of my favorite moments from this show, I kind of just liked seeing a different kind of character. All the Marvel shows so far, they've all been geared towards adults. All the characters that we have so far, they're all adults. They're all, well-established people. But this is the first Marvel show that we've seen just a kid trying to make it in New Jersey. And another thing, not just a regular kid, but a Muslim. We haven't seen not much showcase on religion. Moon Knight, there was some Jewish stuff thrown in there, but I think this show is really going to try to get us more oriented to the to Muslims and the Islamic religion, the culture, the Indian culture, which is actually a really cool culture. And another first that I like seeing is They're definitely diversifying. They want to make sure, see what this girl from New Jersey can do. She even admitted, Kamala even admitted in the episode that, you don't see brown girls from New Jersey saving the world. And Bruno said, you do you go out and you prove everybody wrong. So I'm excited to see a little more representation there, because we haven't really seen much. So I think that's definitely kind of a breath of fresh air when it comes to this show. I like kind of how her powers are introduced in this episode. I kind of forgot how her powers were introduced, but it's in a different way. But it's cool. It was just cool seeing how there's kind of some mystery surrounded the bangle that she wears. Her mom doesn't really talk about Kamala's grandma that much, and also you could tell that there was something that Kamala's mom was hiding when the bangle, they were digging through some stuff, Pakistani stuff, and the bangle showed up, and there's a slight hesitation, and you could tell that the mother knew that something was off. And so I'm excited to see more and more of why Kamala's mom isn't really going into detail on Kamala's nanny, just why exactly she's trying to keep all this a secret and never told her about the bangle there. And I didn't really know what to expect from this show. I don't really like Captain Marvel that much, so a show that's based off of, Captain Marvel and her powers, it didn't really intrigue me that much. But I'll be honest, I really do like to keep an open mind when it comes to Marvel, because Marvel hasn't disappointed me yet. And I can actually say that I'm actually excited to see where the show is going to go. I just liked how it's a kid, like it's more relatable when it's a kid who's 16 years old and not someone, who's way older than you. So I like the relatability there. I can't relate to much else in there, but someone closer to my age, definitely I can relate to a little more. I would encourage you, if you're hesitant in seeing Miss Marvel, keep an open mind. I know there are people out there who are kind of, trolling and try to make this show suffer because they're all like, oh, they changed her powers, I never really understood that to begin with. Like, who cares if they changed her powers? I'm aware of the comics that she had more powers like Mr. Fantastic, and she was able to stretch and whatever, but I like the switch in powers where she's got more cosmic powers. I think that was a smart move by Marvel, just my opinion, but I think that was cool that they switched the powers up there. It's kind of a combination, actually. In the trailers you can see that she's got super stretchy arms, but she's also got that cosmic side to her as well. So for this first episode, I was really pleased with it. I'm going to give it a 7 out of 10 Mudflaps. And before you go, drop in the comments below, who is your favorite Avenger? And as always, if you like this video, give me a thumbs up, hit that subscribe button, ring that bell, and I'll see you next time.